Hey everyone, Zach here, and I'm going to be talking a little bit about some water science. Now, the Waterworks Gallery is one of my favorite places here at the Clay Center. It's got the very long water table with all the big turbines and things, and you can kind of see water moving in a bunch of really fun ways. Well, today I'm going to be talking with one of my favorite parts of water, and that has to do with like buoyancy and like how things float. Now, if an object is like very tight and has a lot of mass that's really doesn't take up a lot of space, you'll notice that it sinks right down to the bottom. But let's say I have a piece of aluminum foil and I kind of like make it into almost like a little bit of a raft shape. But if I just take that one piece of aluminum foil, place it on the water, you can see that it floats here. And that's because water is always going to be pushing up on something. If there's a lot of an object, like it's taking a lot of volume up, it's got a lot more water that pushes up on it. But if an object is a little bit smaller, it's like kind of more compacted, it's going to have less water pushing up on it, and it's going to sink right down. Now, you can have, like say I take an aluminum bolt that's made of the same as my aluminum foil, but it takes up a whole lot less space. Even if it's got the same kind of like weight to it, like if you feel them, like it's the same amount of aluminum, the bolt will sink to the bottom, but the aluminum foil will float because the aluminum foil has more water pushing up on top of it. Now I've got a great activity for you. All you need is like maybe your sink in your kitchen, or like even like your bathtub works really great for this, and kind of get some water in there. So you've got like your big ocean happening. And now I want you to take a sheet of aluminum foil, probably about like 1 foot by 1 foot square, and kind of you're going to turn that one sheet of aluminum foil into a boat. Now, if you don't know where to begin, think about some engineering design problems. You can kind of like start by drawing pictures, or maybe you can like do some research, like Google like different kind of cargo ships are great, or even like rowboats, to see how they're kind of shaped. But anyway, you're going to take your one piece of aluminum foil and make it into a shape, and then you need a weight. Now, today I'm going to be using some ping pong balls just so they're a little bit easier to see, and you're going to be adding them to your cargo ship, and you're going to see how many of your object you can fit inside of your ship before the force of water pushing up can't keep pushing up and the whole thing sinks. Now, ping pong balls, if you use them, you'll find out that you could probably put about 40 of them because they're pretty light. So that's why I recommend using something like a coin, like pennies, or even like dry beans, and try this activity on your home. The most important thing to do though is to record how many of the object it was holding before it eventually sunk. So like how many pennies was your boat able to hold before it sinks? Now the most important thing to do though in engineering is to kind of look back at like what happened and retest. So that means take a clean sheet of aluminum foil, fold it into a different shape maybe, and then try adding pennies to that and see how many your new shape holds. Here's the thing though, by the way, if you're using pennies or coins, you have to make sure you're using dry coins, because if the penny is wet, it's actually going to be heavier and it's going to skew everything. So make sure you're using dry materials. Anyway, make sure you do this fun activity. There's an activity sheet that'll kind of go into it a little bit more and help you out, and post your results to our Facebook. Let us see the different kind of boats you made, what worked, what didn't work. We'd love to see it. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you back at the Clay Center soon.